Now let's come to another thing, the belief. We all have beliefs into different things, okay, religious belief or whatever is it. We all, belief is a part of our thoughts, basic part of our thought. Bruce Lipton is one of the most intelligent cellular scientists today existing into this world. Whenever you get chance to listen to him, try and spend as much time with him as possible. Bruce Lipton. He had changed the way we think about human cycle or the human nature or the working of our cells. Whenever we always believed, when looking at a cell, we always believed that nucleus of the cell was the brain of the cell. Today he has proved it conclusively. Nucleus is a gonad of the cell. It is meant only to multiply, while the cell membrane of the cell is the brain of the cell. He has proved very conclusively that each cell of yours is an individual by itself. It has got all its system. It has got its digestive system, excretory system, it has got its brain, it has got its reproductive system, all sorts of systems. So each cell is an individual by itself. So if we look at ourselves, we are a colony of 50 trillion cells living together in coordination, in cooperation, in sync with each other. And it is when we manage to live in sync with each other, then we are not sick. The moment that sync is lost somewhere, the moment that synchronization is lost somewhere, that is a disease that we are falling into. Okay? So this is what we are. So this is what we are, just a ball of energy of each one of this individual. And we must respect this individuality of each cell together. So we used to think, okay, we are what my genes are. So many patients ask me, doctor, my father is diabetic, my mother is diabetic, my grandmother is diabetic, so I should get diabetes. No? Scientists decided the cancer was hereditary, diabetes is hereditary. There is no, except for 5, 6, 7, 8 diseases we know so far, like hemophilia, thalassemia, all those few diseases. Rest, all your diseases are environmentally based. They are not genetic diseases. Nothing is carried to you through your parents. What is carried to us through our parents is the habit which they have put inside us during that phase of 6 weeks inside the uterus to 7 years, including losing our hair. So these are all come to us through families because of the environment those families have been creating together. So we are made up of more by environment rather than by the genes. Lipton showed us with a very simple experiment. Now we all have, you all know today we have all stem cells inside us. And these stem cells help us heal all our diseases. So he took one stem cell, okay, put it in a petri dish in his laboratory and provided a nutrition for it. And that nutrition was like blood, okay. And from one cell it became 2 cell, 2 cell became 4 cell, 4 cell it became 16 cell, and it kept on multiplying. In 4-5 days he had a few thousand cells of the same genetic material in his petri dish. Every cell was just the same because it was just a multiplication, okay. And then what he did, he split them into 3 more petri dishes, 1, 2, 3. In one he put a different type of nutrition, in the second he different, and in all 3 he put different type of nutritions. One cell became a muscle cell, one cell became a heart cell, one cell became a fat cell. This is how we cultivate stem cells and use for organ transplants and all those sort of things. So this is what he did. So the genetic material of each cell was exactly the same, but the environment was different, nutrition was different. So one became heart cell, one became fat cell, one became muscle cell. So our whole life, the life of each cell of ours depends upon the nutrition or the environment that we give to these cells. Alright? So this is exactly what we are. There are so many stories of twins, one ending up in a poor family, one ending up in a rich family. Both of them become different people. In our body, our environment is the blood and the constitutions of the blood. Your blood has so many things, RBCs, WBCs, proteins, okay? The constitutions of the blood. When I am angry, if I am in an angry mood all the time, there are different chemicals floating in the blood. When I am stressed, you have so much of corticosteroid, it may be adrenaline, noradrenaline, which is flowing in the blood. So this environment of the blood becomes different. When I am happy, when I am energetic, when I am enjoying, I will have chemicals would be something like serotonin, dopamine, nitrous oxide or growth hormone, and many more endorphins we call them. So just depending upon your mood, your brain will create all these chemicals, because that is the way the brain works. It creates chemicals and they flow down and we have a response. So this is what our faith is. So we have to believe what we want to be. Depending upon your belief, your whole chemistry will change and the environment will change, and your stem cells will create you what you want. So learn to create that belief that will take you up. Don't learn to create a belief of sickness. Oh, I am always a sick man. I am a weak person. I am a hot-tempered man. I can't control my anger. Let's not create these sort of beliefs. Let's create a belief, I am as healthy a man as anyone else into this universe. I am as strong a woman as anyone else in this universe. I am as happy, as healthy a person as anyone else into this whole universe. Once you have that belief, your belief will take you up every way. In simple thing, we always say, negative thinking people turn out to have more problem than positive thinking people. Extroverts, you always know, are much happier than introverts. Introverts are always negative people. Okay, so these are a few things I want you to understand, and keep your belief like that of a strong belief, a positive belief, and a healthy belief.